Hi Libra, how are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love messages. It's a general reading, so the roles might get reversed, or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me. Okay. Take a deep breath, Libra. So in this reading, Libra, it's going to be a you versus them format. I'm going to be looking at your energy versus theirs. I want to see how is your energy, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I am also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? So you have, in your overall energy in the present moment, you have the Devil, you have the Nine of Cups, and you also have the High Priestess and Upright Position. I feel that this week you guys are going to be receiving like a lot of intuitive download in regards to how can you free yourself from the unhealthy attachment that you guys are in. What is your challenges here? You have the Tower and you also have the Ten of Pentacles. I think one of the biggest challenges here has a lot to do with acceptance. Accepting that maybe the relationship that you guys are in, or the idea of the person, or the idea of the relationship that you guys are in, may be built on a very unstable foundation, and it's time for you to take a look at it in a different perspective. We're going to clarify in a moment, okay? In the past, you have the Four of Swords and you also have the Two of Wands in upright position. I feel that in the past you were trying to rest, but also at the same time you were looking outside and start to realize that there's something here that is missing out from your life. The thing that you had in your life no longer feels very fulfilling for you. And there was a push from the universe here in order for you to take a step towards you breaking free from your comfort zone. Now, in the past, you have the Knight of Wands and you also have the Page of Pentacles from this person's side. Yeah, this person is very excited with you, but I feel that you grow tired of them because of their lack of accountability. You might be dealing with a fire sign here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you might be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But there's something about them here that doesn't really pleases you, especially their Knight of Wands behavior, where it seems like this person is not really responsible with the things that they're doing towards you, and they're not really caring about the things that they do that could have impacted you. Now, in the present moment, you have the Knight of Swords and you also have the Three of Swords in upright position. There is something here that you would like to communicate to a person. I feel that there's some bottled up emotions that you're holding here when it comes to the pain that you are feeling. However, in the present moment, Hierophant and also the Fool card, there's somebody here who wants to take a giant leap of faith towards you because they feel that the relationship or the connection that both of you have feels so very divinely guided. We're going to clarify in a moment. But I feel that in the future, you guys are not really wanting to take a decision when it comes to that. Instead, you just want to go with the flow and see where this goes. In the future, this person is going to be a bit confused by your energy that shows that you have a bit of a lack of interest when it comes to this person, but this person's still going to want to offer you their heart. So let's clarify your reading here, Libra. There's something here that you need to be aware of when it comes to this week, okay? You would feel a bit of peak of emotions, especially with the Knight of Swords and the Three of Swords. You might start remembering all of the things that you either have tolerated or the things that you have endured. And I'm not sure if you know how that feels, but like, it's more like when you're doing something and then you start remembering, you know, all of the pain, and it just gets you, it makes you just kind of like wants to cry, or makes you wants to be angry or snappy at another person and everything like that. The thing that is happening in the present moment, or, you know, the triggers that is happening here has a lot to do with the universe here wants to push you to start clearing up your throat chakras and teach you on how to communicate or express your emotions more effectively. Okay. So let's start clarifying your reading here, Libra. I want to clarify the Hierophant here in upright position from their side. Nine of Swords, King of Swords, and also the Justice in upright position. I feel that there's somebody here in your life that feels that they're not really being welcomed in your life anymore. And that causes them like a lot of stresses. They feel that you guys are putting them under a lot of evaluation. They feel that the energy right now that you are exhibiting towards them are very, very cold and are very like, nope, get away from me. You want to say something, I don't care. You want to say something, I don't believe you. That kind of thing, you know what I mean? Okay, let's clarify the Fool from their side. This person is very much aware that they were dealing with a situation that they could not stop and it kept on hurting you. This is a general reading, so I could not really specify the example, but you know, a general example would be you might be dealing with somebody here who have an addiction to, let's say, alcohol, okay? And their addiction to alcohol has been hurting this relationship and hurting you for quite a while. Or you're dealing with somebody with a third party situation that they could never seem to be able to get away from that person, okay? However, I feel that in the now it changes, because I feel that at this present moment, there seems to be more attempt or effort coming from this person in terms of closing that chapter, leaving behind the things that they know you didn't like, or leaving behind the things that they know hurt you or affected this relationship in a negative light. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords from your side. Yeah, I feel that at this present moment, again, it's the push from the universe, see, about you pushing forward in standing in your own happiness, being much more independent, taking care more of your financial security and financial stability, taking care more on the things that just makes you feel good, the things that doesn't hurt your pride. Those are the things that you're focused on at this present moment. And I feel that you are communicating it with them either explicitly or implicitly. Now let's clarify the Three of Swords from your side here. Seven of Wands, Ace of Wands, and also the Temperance in upright position. Through all of the pain that you have been experiencing, and again, as I mentioned earlier, right, like you would have those episodes where those things are coming back to you and it's going to make you feel heavy. But again, it's a push from the universe so that you could start noticing or learning on how to restructure the unhealthy attachment that you might have. Okay. You didn't like this Ace of Wands. You didn't like a relationship that has a stunted growth. You didn't like a relationship that has the hottest beginning and yet the coldest ending. You didn't like a relationship that felt so light. You didn't like a relationship that has no future. Some of you, it's a very fire sign energy here. Again, you might be dealing with a Leo or a Sagittarius, but it's hurting you. It's like everything that they're doing right now just pisses you off. Okay, let's clarify the future, Libra. Let's clarify the Two of Swords from your, no, actually the Ace of Cups from their side. I feel that this person has always been somebody who is a bit of avoidant in terms of conflict. Okay. However, as I mentioned earlier, in the future, they're very afraid of you, of letting you slip away from their grip. Although they're afraid of the changes that you guys are having, the changes of energy that you guys are having, I do feel that this person is going to take control over those fears that they have, and they're going to be doing something towards you here. Okay. In the future, you guys are going to be a bit undecided about, like, should I still hold on to the unwavering devotions and loyalty that I have towards this person, or should I actually just roam free and start enjoying my freedom? Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. You would hear something from them. Let's see the Seven of Pentacles first from your side. You would hear something from them. I feel that again, this person is going to, not only would they going to come to you with a sorry or an apology, but they would also try to communicate with you, trying to clear the air with you. Okay, there's something here that they truly want to communicate with you, and it has a lot to do with them wanting to speak their truth or wanting to clear the air, wanting to make this connection to be less mysterious, less fuzzy, less confusing. Okay. Now, in the future, again, as I said, I feel that you're not really going to be buying in all of their words just like that. I feel that you guys are just solely focusing on your money, your sense of security, and your routine as well. Because it's aces, right? Aces sometimes could get halted in the middle. So it's very wise decision for you to just wait. Okay, you come back to apologize, that's fine. You come back to clarify some things, that's fine. You come back to communicate with me, that is fine. But I am just going to wait and see if you're going to be providing me with any type of consistencies and persistencies. Does your words matches your actions and etc. Which is wise for you to do here, Libra. Now, let's start pulling some advice card for you. So you have the Nine of Swords, you have the Hermit, and you also have the Four of Wands in upright position. As I mentioned earlier, right, this week especially, you would have a bit of an episode of things starts to come back around with you. Like, just the little things like the things that you compromised, the things that you tolerated, or the things that this person is doing, and then you'd get pissed off all of a sudden and be like, oh my God, that this person is so selfish because they didn't really think the consequences on or how that would implicate me. Like, didn't you really think, like, you would have all of these things inside of you, and it just happens all of a sudden. You know, it could be one afternoon or one evening when you're just doing something and it just pisses you off. Now, the thing about that episode that I mentioned earlier, Libra, it's not there for you so that you could get depressed or stressed out about it, but instead it is there so that you could start killing the monsters that is inside of your head. Okay, so that you could start thinking on how to see it in a way that what can I do to prevent it from happening again in the future? What is it about me? What is it that I did that enabled that? What is it that I did that I didn't establish my boundaries clearer? Okay? Because the end goal here is you have the Four of Wands, is how to build a relationship that is a lot more stable than it is previously. Regardless of if you want to be with this person or not, but the end goal is that how can you, because you see, I have a Libra best friend, and we've been best friends for a very long time now, more than 15 years. And there's something about her that I noticed that she's not as blunt as I am as a Sagittarius. Yeah. And I do see some of my Libra best friend have a bit of a problem when it comes to establishing their boundaries. And this is you. Because the way that people will treat you, Libra, is in line with how you establish your boundaries. I'm going to give you an example. Yeah. When I was in college, there is a friend of mine who only can drink a certain brand of mineral water. It's quite expensive. A lot of people will call her like snobby. Oh my God, like she is, all of that stuff, right? But then we went camping with her. We actually made an effort to buy a box of that branded mineral water just for her. So the way that you establish boundaries is exactly how the way that people would treat you. And this is you. I feel that you have been having a problem when it comes to establishing boundaries. So that's why the episodes that is going to come this week, maybe from Leo to Virgo season, I would say, is a reflection of you on how you could establish your boundaries better so that you could have a better relationship in the future. So you could have a relationship where it feels joyful, where it's being built on a much more stable foundation, where it's going to contain not only the happiness of one person, but it's going to contain the happiness of both parties that is involved. Okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Libra. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys been looking for, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye guys. Have a great day. I love you.